So in about an hour or so, we're going to be making some changes as far as fish are concerned. Um, we're going to be rehoming um, the flower horn. That's a bitch that's by herself. She's in the 30-gallon tank, but we want to get her out the 30-gallon tank. So that one right there is going to be getting rehomed. I got a guy who wants her, and I want to get rid of her because I'm at the point in my fish room where I do want to only have multiple fish in a tank. I don't want to have just one fish in the tank because they're too aggressive or whatever. The change has to happen. I'm going to be downsizing here. In case you haven't been paying attention, we are making some adjustments in the fish room. We just haven't been able to put the video together that shows what our journey was and what our adventure was the other day that I was talking about last week. But we'll get that video out to you soon. But this one here too is going to be getting rehomed. And I'm going to be making a swap. So we're going to swap some fish stacking, put in community tanks. Now the red flower horn is different. We're not going to be doing anything with her. With him, I'm actually getting some rescue money for her. And the other ones, like I said, I'm trading out for a bunch of fish. I will be showing you which fish I traded out for them. It's some fish and some fry and some other stuff. So this fish I'm giving him is a show fish. We know what value flower horns can bring as far as when you breed them, but I'm not into the breeding. I don't breed and sell. When they do breed, I kind of hope to have babies, but I really don't like set the tank up for it or set up the water parameters for it, or for whatever the case may be. I don't set my fish room up for breeding. So it's a tough move. I love the fish. Don't get me wrong, but she's a little aggressive, and like I said, she does lay eggs. But I tried to get a female. I mean the male, but she cannot be put in the same tank with another male. And actually the fish I ended up getting turned out to be a female. So when they were really small, I thought there was going to be a male, but it was a female. But anyway, the way I look at it is they're both going to a good home. I'm slipping a worm or something. They're both going to a good home, and that's what I really want. I don't want to put them in a bigger tank that I'm going to be setting up, and we'll be having videos on that very shortly. But we don't want to put her in a community tank. She just does not get along with the fish. Neither does the other flower horn. Most flower horns don't. If you're familiar with the flower horn, I'm not a really big fan of flower horns because of that. I like to have fish in the community tank. I like to have more than one fish. I like to build ecosystems. But I did rescue some of these fish. So rescue means to me give them a good home until someone else can take them in and give them a good big tank. That's what the whole idea of rehoming is. So in about an hour we'll have a guy come over here, a guy I met on one of the Facebook fish groups, and he's going to be doing a trade with me. I had already I'm getting some fish that I'm going to be able to quarantine first, and then we'll take it from there. So wish me luck. I'll be doing another video once he comes here and drops the fish off. I will show you what I got in return for the flower horn. That like I said, needs to be by herself, and she's going to be going to a better home. So on that note, we'll cut this video here, and we'll be showing you the second half of the video after we get the fish in their quarantine tanks, and we're going to give you a little bit of update of where they're going and what we're going to be doing with the fish room. I'm waiting on a video to be edited. We're trying to figure out how to edit it. Like I said, we just got this GoPro. We're just working through the kinks and working through the kinks of the live streaming too. But we'll get there. Obviously, we're working this around the holidays, so the holidays kind of where we got stalled a little bit. And I got a little sick, so we haven't been willing to go out and do anything. So we'll get back on it. Like I said, waiting for the video of our adventure to show you what we got. I think if I just walked in the fish room and you looked behind me, you might have saw or seen what I got. But we're not going to really show you yet, and we're going to be doing videos on how and what we're doing to the fish room. So keep that in mind in the future. And like I said, wait for the second video. We're gonna probably upload this video first before we get the other one. Although we still have to edit this one because I'm doing this on the GoPro too. It's all trial and error, baby. Like I said, I opened up the YouTube channel a year ago. I didn't really do anything with it until now. So we're finally building it up, and we'll get it up by next year. We should be 100% running, and all of our equipment in order. So be patient. Wait for the videos. We'll be uploading them soon, and we'll give you the update, and we'll give you the amazing adventure video that we made with Camden, my helper. He's out hunting today, so hunting is big around Pennsylvania now. It's hunting season started actually this weekend, so you'll be seeing a lot of people pretty much MIA because they're hunting, which is almost like a holiday in this town, in this state, Pennsylvania. Where I'm at, it's huge. But anyway, saying that, well, once we get everybody back in gear and equipment back on, we'll be running videos, and we'll be making this channel go, and in the fish room as well. So be patient and hang in there, and like our videos, subscribe. You know what to do. Comment in the bottom there. Tell your friends. Do what you gotta do. But remember, if you can't own them, rehome them. Have a good day, guys. Okay, Chris Cullen back with you on CC's Aquatic Adventures, and getting back into the video about which fish we got. And like I said, talking about Jonathan, he was a very good guy. Sounded like an honest guy. And like I said, we did not take the Jack Dempsey. He was too big and too aggressive. I'm not taking on any more aggressive fish. I feel comfortable with the fish I have. I know they're not that aggressive, and when I do move these fish, we're going to move them at the right time. So in these moments when you're making some switches, you want to make sure that you're getting the right type of fish. And I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to take on fish that are aggressive already. And I just got rid of two aggressive fish that were not going to be community fish at all. So sometimes you got to make the move and do what you got to do. Okay, so the first tank here is where we had I call it the bitch, the fish in here was a flower horn female, beautiful female. I got these two breeding pair of blue acara. So originally I was supposed to get 4 of those guys, but 2 right now is good enough for me. And I want to put them in a 50-gallon tank with a bunch of docile cichlids like them. So flower horns, not flower horns, I mean blue acaras, and I got some firemouth who can be a little bit aggressive, but not as aggressive as some of the other fish. So that's the first fish we got. Okay, if you come over here, you can see I set these tanks up above each other to just to show everybody, or just to make it easier for me to grow out fry. If you look at the bottom tank there, you look closely, you can see those were jaguar babies. There's about a dozen in there. They're beautiful cichlids. They get really big. I don't know what I'm going to do with those. I might hold on to them, I might not. But they are very valuable and prized cichlids. They get really big. So they're grow out in the grow out tank right now. I may be selling those eventually. We'll see. I may keep them. I don't know. We'll see what kind of temperament they have. But they're in the 5-gallon grow out tank with. They were by themselves, obviously. I took the guppies out, put them in there for the grow out. Moved some of the other guppies into the guppy tank, but there's still some fry in there, as you can see. Keep it heavy populated with guppy grass and some Java moss. So there are some more fish back there. If you look, I don't know if I can see any, but there's some back there. There's a bunch in there. But I like to call this the baby grow out tank. And now we got some jaguars, so I'm very excited about. And like I said, okay, Chris Cullen back with you on CC's Aquatic Adventures, and we just made a deal with a gentleman from one of the fish groups that I'm on. He PM'd me on Facebook and said that he was interested in some fish I had. It was a couple flower horns. In case you guys don't know, if you ever see my fish room, we have a couple female flower horns that were rescues, and they needed a new home because I was keeping them in the 30-gallon, and in the 20-gallon they got too big for the tank. So I had to go and do the right thing and rehome the fish. Now, as I said before, my catchphrase is, if you can't own them, rehome them. And I try to live that slogan in my fish hobby, because I think it's important that the fish have a good life, and they continue to have a good spot where they could, live and have a good life. So I texted, actually got his number. I have to message him on Facebook. His name is Jonathan Abramo. He's actually from Jersey Shore. Now I'm from Long Island, so I'm actually looking for his. He's got a little fish business in the Jersey Shore, on the Jersey Shore. It's called Do Right Aquatics. You could tell by the looks of his fish and just the way he was and the way he was talking. He was definitely a good guy and a trustworthy guy, a guy that we definitely want to bring into the fish family. We actually agreed to do some videos with him and some live streaming in the future. So hopefully we can get right by him and move on from there. But you could tell he was a very honest guy, and he gave me a sweet deal. I got about 25 fish, and he was very honest about everything he brought me. Now, we did have I did have a fish that I rejected. I didn't want to take him because it was about an 8, I think it was, no, maybe about a 10-inch Jack Dempsey, and I said only bring him if he's not aggressive. And I guess he must have misunderstood me, because the fish was very aggressive. And the whole reason why I got rid of the flower horns, because they're too aggressive to go into a community tank, which if you guys would pay attention, you know that we got a bigger tank coming, and the fish room's going to be changing. But I can't have aggressive fish going into a tank and have a bloodbath. I'm very comfortable with the fish that are going in a bigger tank that I'm putting in. So, and we'll have more videos about that coming up. But in saying that, we actually rejected the fish and told him to take it back, and he actually agreed to give me some credits up and coming, some other fish that I may be interested in. So he's, like I said, he's an honest guy. We actually wanted to make a deal, so we did make a deal, and I'm gonna give you a little rundown in about 2 seconds, but my phone's ringing, so let me go for now, and I'll be right back. Anyway, still trying to get this GoPro, trying to get used to it. But anyway, getting back to the guppy fry. As you can see, there's a guppy fry in there, and then the jaguar fry. So this jaguar fry, obviously, we don't know what we're gonna do with them yet, but probably gonna sell them. But beautiful cichlid, they will grow out, and that was part of the deal. Like I said, even though I agreed to the Jack Dempsey, I just decided it was that fish was too big, and we're gonna hook up again with him sometime in the future. We'll see what happens, but yeah, he's a good guy. We'll get some more fish. Now in here, look close enough in there. There's about 12 cories, emerald cories. There are about 12 of them in there, and there's 3 angelfish. Coming up right now. They're a breeding pair and one other one. As you can see, that they're in quarantine right now. Don't think they need to be in quarantine much longer, because, or not that long, because they were in some really good tanks that were well cared for, and these guys look pretty good. So we'll keep them in there for now until we get the 75 gallon put up. We'll be moving some fish around in there. The cories, I like to have cories in my tanks. They're very good bottom feeders. I'll put them in the 40 gallon here, possibly other tanks. But we got loaded up on fish today. Like I said, there's about, with the fry and the cories, so it's 25, 28, 30. So around 30 fish today. And the other flower horn, I actually was given up for some other fish, but we decided to hold off on that until actually I'm going to be going to Long Island in December, so we're going to be hooking up and meeting them halfway, and we're going to get some more fish, probably maybe some platies. We don't know yet. We're still determining that. We're still deciding what we're going to do as far as that trip is concerned, but he's willing to work with us. He's willing to make things happen, and I'm willing to work with him. Because it looks like he's got some really nice fish. So that's what we got today. Like I said, with rehoming fish, I don't ever really care about making money. I don't really care about that. I care about making sure that these fish get a good home, and also I'm trying to build a community, trying to build some friendships in the fish hobby. I mean, in this part of the country, in Pennsylvania, we have a lot of people who like to buy fish and collect fish and be in the hobby and set tanks up. So we want to build that community. I'm very excited to work with Do Right Aquatics, and hopefully we'll get Jonathan back in here, and hopefully we'll get him on a live stream. He can show us his fish room. He says he's got about the same amount of tanks as I do, maybe a little bit less, a little more. So we're excited to get him on camera and showing everybody what he's got going on. So we're still in the process of deciding what to do with the tanks, where we're going to move tanks, all that good stuff. It's coming though. With the addition of some of these fish, we want to set some tanks up differently in the future. And we want to make the fish in here more comfortable, and that's what my job is. And unfortunately, with the way my house is set up in this way, in this apartment set up, it's hard for me to really get a big tank set up in here. So we're gonna do the best we can, and we're gonna get this tank set up. We're gonna move the fish around, and we're gonna have a beautiful fish room, and we have a lot of content coming up. So just stay tuned. We're moving a lot of fish. We're doing scaping. I'm very excited to get this one tank we got. I haven't shown it yet. We haven't really moved it into formation yet. So once we do, we'll get it out and going. It's going to be exciting. So stay tuned. And as I always say, and we just did it today. It was just a great rehoming day. Unfortunately, there's some fish that I love, and will be missed. The flower horns are great fish, but they're just too aggressive, and it's not their fault, but when there comes a time where you can't care for them anymore, you can't really in your right mind own them because of the situation. And getting something back in return like fish, or I wasn't even asking for a lot of money. I really don't care about the money. I just care that these fish get better homes, and I don't want to put a flower horn in a 30 or 40 gallon tank for the rest of his life. A couple months to get him feeling better, to get him comfortable, and then. But if you have an opportunity to get him into a bigger tank, do it. Same as any other fish you have. The reason why I got a bigger tank is because I want to make sure that my fish have a better life, and they will. And if I got to move into a bigger tank after that, I will do that, and I will accommodate the fish, make it better for them. Now I was able to rehome fish with a girl I was working with. Her name is Gail. I don't message her anymore because she's has some health issues and she doesn't have any room anymore. So we switched it up, and now we're moving with the guy from New Jersey. We take it, but like I said, if I had to move for some fish, he's willing to take them on, and we could also because he breeds, he could give me some different options of what to do. So that's what you do when you're in this hobby. You want to make friends, you want to have connections, and somebody to help you and help these fish. So I'm big on this, and as I said before, if you can't own them, rehome them. Yes. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to tell your friends, don't forget to like the videos, don't forget to comment, all that good stuff. And if you do like the channel, recommend it, and we need to get some more subscribers. And I only got 32 subscribers. I want to get to 100 at least, quickly, and we move on from there. And the only way we can get bigger is if we have more content. So that's what we're working on. We're going to be doing that, and stay tuned.